Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tier Lists. We are on to Gen 3 Hoenn Pokemon Tier List ranking. Now, this is set up the same as the first two. We got S, A, B, C, D, F, 6 different tiers. This is going to be an interesting generation because I'm not 100% sure where I want to put everything already. We'll see how many S's and if we get any F's. There probably will, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But we do, and this is actually going to be the first one with multiple different forms. I was unaware of that, because I don't think anything in Gen 2 or Gen 1 has alternate forms. I don't know if I'll organize them like that, but we'll see. I'll probably go through them once I get to, like, cast form, wherever the hell it is in this thing right here. Okay. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started here with Treecko. Treecko, this line is the first line I ever used in this game series. I'm going to give Treecko like a high B, and then Grovyle and Sceptile get an A. Very, very high A's. I like them a lot. Now, Torchic gets, design-wise, a little bit lower than Treecko as a B. And then, this is my favorite Pokemon line, so I'm going to automatically... Combuskin gets like a low B, and Blaziken is my favorite Pokemon, so it gets an S, okay? Fight me. I love Blaziken. I'm going to tell a really stupid story here. The very first time I ever used a Blaziken was in Pokemon Sapphire. I picked Torchic, and it had been... This was when I was in 6th grade, okay? I had just seen Bon Jovi, an 80s, artist in concert. So this is like way past his prime. But I was like really into them at the time. So I named the Torchic Bon Jovi. And then it turns into Blaziken, who, in my opinion, looks like he could be in like an 80s metal band. Like even glam or hair metal. Like, look at him. He looks like he could be in an 80s rock band. So, like, ironic, like, I somehow picked a really good name. Okay, fight me. Okay, I love Blaziken. Every time I have the opportunity to use him, I do. When they came out with that Torchic, that event Torchic in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, or was it X and Y? I don't remember, but I used it. I adore Blaziken. Okay, now Mudkip. Mudkip's design is a little bit... I might actually put it above Treecko, to be honest. It's still a B, though. I can't justify giving it an A. It's a very high B. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're going to give it a low A. Screw it. Marshtomp, I don't really like this one. I'm going to give it a C. I don't really like the design of it that much. Swampert, on the other hand, Swampert gets a low A. I actually think its design is great. I don't think it's quite as good as Mudkip, though. Okay? Poochyena, oh boy. I think Poochyena's adorable. I'm going to give it a high B again. But I don't think it's an A. And then I don't really like Mightyena that much. I think it's slightly better than Marshtomp, but I'm going to give it a C. Zigzagoon? Oh boy. How do I want to do this? Zigzagoon, I'm going to give a high C. And like Linoone, I don't like that much, but it's not absolutely terrible, so I'll give it a low C. Sorry guys, I don't really like this line. Wurmple is just a ripoff of Caterpie and stuff, but it's not terrible. I'm going to give it a low C. Silcoon, you know what, guys? I think I got to give it an F. I just don't like the design that much. Beautifly is a ripoff of Butterfree. Again, not terrible, so it'll get a low C. Cascoon's kind of cool because I like the Angry Eyes, but it's just another Cocoon. I'm going to give it a D. I do like it a lot better than Silcoon, though. Dustox isn't that good either. I don't think I can give it a D, though. I'll give it an even lower C than the rest of these, but, like, it's not that bad. You know what? Lotad, I have a really soft spot for. It gets a B. Not a huge fan of Lombre. It'll get a high C. I adore Ludicolo, though. It gets an A. I can't give it an S because I haven't used it that much, but I love this thing's design, okay? And I just realized we're missing C-Dot. Where the heck is C-Dot? What the heck? They forgot a Pokemon in here. Hold on, guys. What? Oh, man. So, apparently they forgot to put C-Dot in this. I'm glad I noticed. If I missed anything else in any of the previous gens, or if I miss any in the future, let me know. I'm glad I noticed this, though. I would put C-Dot at like a C. Probably like a high C. I'm not going to like start over just so I can do this again. Nuzleaf, I'm going to put it like a low B. I do kind of like the design of Nuzleaf a lot, actually. Shiftry, again, I don't even like it that much. It's not a D, but it's like a C. It's not absolutely terrible, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Tailo and Swellow, they're both going to be B. I don't like them quite as much as the Pidgey line. Actually, I might like them actually pretty equal, although Pidgeotto is great. I'm going to put them both at B. They're just flying types. They're good, though. Wingull and Pelipper. I'm not the biggest fan of Wingull, so I'm going to give it like a C. I do kind of think Pelipper has its charm, so it'll get a low B. Okay? It's a freaking Pelican. I'm not a huge fan, but I don't really know what else to say. The Ralts line. This is going to be interesting. Ralts is kind of okay. High C. Not great. I do think it's a step up with Kirlia. I'll give it a B. But then I think Gardevoir is awesome, actually. Gardevoir gets an A. I can't quite justify giving it an S tier. But it's like a really high A. It's almost there. If, like, sorry, guys. It might be one of my favorite psychic types, but I can't give it an S tier. Alright, Surskit and Masquerain. I don't know. Surskit is a bug. I'll give it a C. Masquerain, I like the design, but it's not great. So it's going to stay in C, but like up here near the top. Excuse me, Shroomish and Breloom. Again, soft spot for both of these. I'm going to put Shroomish in C, and I actually do have a pretty soft spot for Breloom, so it's going to get a B. I can't give it an A, though. I don't think I can give it an A. Okay. The Slakoth line. I don't know what to say about this one. Slakoth gets a C. Vigoroth is a nice step up. I'm actually going to give Vigoroth a B, but then Slacking is kind of stupid. Honestly, it'll go back down to a C. I hate its ability. I get what it's trying to do, give it super high attack, but every other turn it doesn't attack. I hate that ability so much. I think it's actually... No, it's not Slakoth. That's a move. Truant is the ability. Alright, the Nincada line. This will be interesting. Not a huge fan of Nincada. I'll give it a C. Ninjask as well. I'll give it like a high C for this one. But I do have a really soft spot for Shedinja. I'm actually going to put Shedinja just as on concept alone. I'm going to put it at B. In order to get it, you have to basically do what you need to do to get Ninjask, level up Nincada to 20. But you have to have a Pokeball and an empty spot in your party, and you'll get both, Ninjask and Shedinja. I think that's kind of cool. Basically, Shedinja is supposed to be the empty husk that Nincada leaves behind when it evolves into Ninjask. Kind of cool, honestly. Alrighty, here we go. The Whismur line. A normal type that I have a really soft spot for. I'm putting Whismur at B and Loudred at B. They're both about the same. I have a huge soft spot for Exploud. I'm debating putting this in S tier. That's how much of a soft spot for Exploud I have. Guys, I really like Exploud, okay? I have a lot of memories using it in the Gen 3 games. It's guaranteed a high A, but like I think just because of the experience and that it's probably my favorite normal type, I think I have to give it S. Wow. Okay. Alright, the Makuhita line. Okay. Makuhita is pretty cool. I'm going to give it a B. Hariyama is a giant sumo wrestler. I almost want to give it S just for that alone, but I'm going to give it a high A. I'd probably put it above Sceptile, honestly. I really like the design of this mon. I'm actually using it in my Ultra Moon playthrough right now because I'm playing through every generation. I caught it and I wanted a fighting type. So, and I haven't used Hariyama in a really long time. Okay, one of two baby Pokemon. We have Azurill. I'm wondering where Wynot is. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Azurill, I don't think is as cool as... Actually, you know what? We'll give it a B on cuteness alone. I think Azumarill and Marill are both B. I probably like it a little bit less than both of them, but... No, you know what? We'll give it a high C. We'll change it down there. I don't think it's as cool as Marill and Azumarill. Nosepass... Wow, Nosepass. I'm going to give it a C, a low C. I don't think it's that great. But, like, I like its design with that big nose, okay? Skitty and Delcatty. Okay, this will be kind of controversial. I don't like either of these. I'm actually going to put them both in D. I just don't like them. And yes, they're cats. But, like, they just look so bad. Actually, we'll put Delcatty like a low C. Because it is slightly better than Skitty. But I don't really like this line. Sableye, for what it is, it gets a B. For being unique for its time and its design. It's like an imp. Or like a little goblin thing. And I like its idea with the jewel eyes and the jewel in its chest. Mawile, I think, is stupid. But at the same time, it has its charm. I'm going to give it a C just for that alone, because it's that... It has like a mouth on its hair, and then it's also... Yeah, I don't know, dude. It has its charm, though. I can't give it a D tier, because it's not dumb. It's not absolute garbage like these. Aron, for what it is, I'm actually going to give it a B. And then Lyron is a step up. Oops, I grabbed Aggron on accident. Lyron is a step up, but it's still a B, I think. I'll just throw it there. Aggron is an A, though. Aggron is awesome. If I had used it more, it would probably be S tier, to be honest. But I haven't used it nearly enough to justify giving it an S tier. It's a really cool design Pokemon, though. Alright, Metatite and Metacham. Ooh, this is actually a really tough one. I like the design, but I haven't really used them. I'm going to put them both in B, I think. Because I think they're pretty cool designs, but, like, they're not fantastic. They're better than these, though. Electric and Manectric. Again, another mon. I used this line the last time I played Alpha Sapphire, which was the first time I'd ever actually used them in a playthrough. So, they're not terrible. I'm going to give Electric, like, a high B, and then Manectric is still a B, but it's, like, down here. Honestly, I think its design's kind of weird, but it's not the worst electric type. These are probably worse. They're just Pikachu clones, but at the same time, they're still adorable, and I think they look better than Skitty, Cascoon, and Silcoon. So I'm actually going to put them at like a low C. Plusle and Minun both go there. I think they're just stupid and useless to me, but they're not as bad as the things below it, okay? Are they even the worst Pikachu clones? No, I don't think so. Those come later. Oh, boy. Volbeat and Illumise. Okay. Design-wise, I'm going to give Volbeat a low C, and Illumise a D. I do not like these Pokemon. I think Volbeat has a nice design. It's just useless. Illumise, I don't like it at all. I forget they exist. That's how much I don't like them. Roselia, as a concept, is nice. I'm going to give it a B. More on that in Gen 4. Otherwise, like, it isn't that great. But design-wise, I like that it has the two roses. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, going on to the poison types for this generation. Gulpin and Swalot. They aren't that good. But I think they're both a C. I don't think they're this bad. Honestly. I'm going to give Swalot a D, but a high D. I think Gulpin has its charm because it is kind of cute. Okay, moving on to this is going to be kind of controversial here. Carvanha. I actually really like this line a lot. Carvanha is going to get a high B, and I almost want to give Sharpedo an S. I really like Sharpedo, guys. People don't like it, but I love that design. I really like Sharpedo a lot, and I use Sharpedo whenever I can. I really enjoy Sharpedo. I'm going to give it an S. You know what? I'm going to stick with that. Okay, the Wailmer line. Wailmer has its charm. I'm actually going to give them both Bs. There is a pretty decent size difference, but they're just whales. I'll put them, like, up higher, though. They're probably, like, up higher. But I can't put them in A tier. I don't think I can. Numel and Camerupt. Okay. I think Numel's design is kind of stupid. But it's a fire type. So I think I'll put it in C somewhere. However, Camerupt with those volcanoes gets an A. I have to give it an A for that. Oh, I love that design. I think I've used it in one of my playthroughs of Gen 3. I don't know if it was the remakes or the originals, but I don't think I can justify giving it anything lower than an A. Torkoal, I gotta give it a B. I'm not the biggest fan of Torkoal, to be honest. But its design is cool, and it has some cool, like, it's really bulky, and it can do damage. But it's okay. I've never really used it. Spoink and Grumpig. Okay. Spoink I like and I think is kind of cute. It will get a C. Grumpig, on the other hand, I'll give it a high D as well. I not the biggest fan of Grumpig. And likewise here, I think Spinda sucks. I think it's better than these two, though. It's a D, though. I wouldn't put it in F tier. I don't think it's completely terrible. It's useless, though. I will say that, but it's not this bad. All right, Trapinch gets a B. I like Trapinch a lot. Vibrava, I'm going to give Vibrava... Ooh. I don't like Vibrava's design, but what it becomes is great. I'm going to give it a high C. Flygon's an A. Flygon is an A. Like, it might be, like, up here, honestly, like, with these. Like, Flygon is an A. I can't really give it as an S tier because I haven't used it a lot. But it's definitely an A tier. That might be kind of controversial, especially with some of the stuff I might give an S tier here later. Okay, the Cacnea line. Cacnea and Cacturn. I think I actually like Cacnea slightly better, but not by much. We'll probably do something like that. Low B for Cacnea, high C for Cacturn. I don't have a lot else to say about it because I don't think I've ever used them. This line, though, the Swablu line, I think is great. I'm going to give Swablu a high B and Altaria an A. I have a soft spot for dragon types, to be honest, and these Cloud Wings are just adorable. Altaria is so much fun to use when you actually use it. I think I've used it once. I don't remember which game, though. Okay, this will be an interesting one. Zangoose and Seviper, basically, you know, rivals. I actually have a soft spot for both of these. I'm going to give them both high Bs. I almost want to give Zangoose an A, but I won't. They both, and Seviper, I might have to give Seviper an A because I gave Arbok an A. Yeah, let's just give them both A. Screw it. Soft spot for Zangoose, and Seviper I think is better than Arbok, and Arbok got an A, so I think I have to give it an A. Alright, Lunatone and Solrock. I like what they did here, giving them exclusives to both games. I don't understand why they didn't do it with Sun and Moon, when it's literally a Sun and a Moon. But I think I prefer Lunatone to Solrock. I'm going to give Lunatone a B. I like the moon shape. And then Solrock is going to be like a... I think I'll give it like a low C. I don't think it's as bad as these, personally. Okay, here we go. This is going to be an interesting one. The Barboach line. Barboach and Whiscash. I've never used them. I don't like them that much. I'm going to give Barboach a C and like Whiscash a high C. Personally, they're not my thing. Okay? I'm sorry if you really like them. They're just not my thing. Corphish line, on the other hand, I have fond memories of, even though I've only used like once as a kid. I'm going to actually give Corphish a C and, or excuse me, a B. And Crawdaunt is going to get an A. I love the design of this thing. Not quite as good. I know it's kind of the same thing as Sharpedo, but it's not quite as good. I just like the lobster design, and I gave Kingler an A as well. So, like, fight me. All right, Baltoy and Claydol. Okay. Baltoy and Claydol is a tough one. I kind of like that it's a top, but I don't think they're that great design-wise. I think they're both somewhere in the C range. I don't like them that much. I mean, Claydol can be kind of bulky, but I just think there's better psychic types out there. Even in this gen, you got Gardevoir, okay? Like, all right, the fossils. Lileep and Credilli. Huh. You know, again, I think they're okay designs. I'm going to give them... I actually think Credilli might be a low B. I kind of like the concept of it. And then you got Anorith and Armaldo. I'm going to give Anorith a low B. And then, like, Armaldo a B as well. I don't know. I just think they're all pretty cool. I just don't like Lileep that much. I don't think it's this bad, though. All right, here we go. Another one people like a lot, the Feebas line. I've never used Melodic, but I'm still going to rank it high, design alone. Feebas is a fish. I think, honestly, Magikarp looks better than that. But Melodic is an A. It just design alone, it gets A. I can't give it an S tier because I've never used it. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. Like, on design alone, I could give it S tier. It's one of the nicest Pokemon, but I don't want to, having never used it. Okay? But I'll give it an A tier because it is cool. I want to use it, but if Feebas wasn't the biggest pain in the ass to get in any game, you know, I would use Melodic more, or Milotic, however you want to pronounce it. All right, Cast Form, as well as all of its forms. I'm going to bring these guys up to here. I have a really soft spot for Cast Form because it was the first Pokemon that I ever got Master Rank in the contests in Gen 3. Yes, I actually went through the contests and got Master Rank, I believe. Or is it Relicanth? It's one of the two, but I basically got Master Rank. So for that alone, fight me. Oh, where'd I put it? I put it in C. It's going to go B, and I'm just going to put all of the alternate forms with it. I do think Ice type is a little bit better, but they're all going to go in B, okay? Even though it's just a normal type that changes with the weather, sun, rain, and hail, I have a soft spot for Cast Form, okay? Kecleon I'm going to give a C. I like its ability, but I've never really used it. It's shiny. Or actually, no, the pink one they had in the anime was really cool. Its shiny isn't that pink, though, which I think is kind of dumb. Okay, the Shuppet line, which are basically, I guess, supposed to be like puppets, I guess. Shuppet's okay. I'm going to give it a C. Bandit is better. I'm going to give Bandit a low B. Duskull, I'm going to give a B as well, but I don't really like Dusclops that much. I'm going to give it like a high C. I think the evolution might be a little bit better in Gen 4, but we'll get to that when we get there. I am kind of cruising through this a little bit, but opinions. Tropius! I have a soft spot for this bastard, even though I don't really use it. I'm going to give it a B because it's a flying dinosaur, and I have a soft spot for flying dinosaurs. Fight me. Chimecho is kind of a stupid concept, but it's not this stupid, so it will go low C. Absol, oh, I will argue to death about the design, this being one of the best designed Pokemon. I'm giving it an A. It's not a good Pokemon, but its design is incredible. Why not? The other baby type. The other baby. I'm going to give it a C. Not a big fan of it, honestly. I don't think it's this bad, though. Snorunt and Glalie. I think this thing is adorable. It gets like a high B for that alone. Glalie isn't as cool to me, but it's still a B because it's fun. Okay. The Spheal line. So Spheal, Celio, and Walrein. Okay. I actually really like Spheal's design. It's going to get a B. These two, Celio is kind of like a high C, and then Walrein is probably back to a B because it's a walrus as opposed to a seal. But I still think Spheal is the coolest looking one because it's just a ball. He's adorable. Okay, the Clamperl line. It's a clam, which they've already kind of done. So Clamperl is like probably a C. And then I think Huntail is actually kind of cool. So I'm going to give it a low B, but then Gorbis is kind of stupid, so it goes back to C. I actually kind of like Huntail. I've never used any of them, though. So take that with a grain of salt. I have a soft spot for Relicanth. I'm going to give it a high B. Okay? I used it in my original playthrough. I did contests with it, so I do have a soft spot for it just for that alone. I have to give it a B. Alright, Luvdisc is stupid. D tier. I do not like Luvdisc at all. D tier for Luvdisc. Now, here we go. The pseudo-legendary, or both pseudo-legendaries, I guess, back to back here. We got the Bagon line. I actually really like Bagon. Bagon's going to get like a high B. Shelgon is kind of stupid. I love this line, though, so I'll give it a high C. And then I think I have to do this. Salamence gets an S tier. I have a soft spot for dragon types. Like, it might be my favorite dragon type overall, to be honest. Maybe. Yeah. I love it. And then you got the Beldum line. This is going to be an interesting one, because I think the concept of Beldum is kind of cool, but it's still a low B. Metang gets a little bit higher. And then Metagross, I really like. It's borderline S tier. I don't think I can give it S tier, though. It'll go like a right here. Actually, yeah, we're going to give it S tier. Fight me. I don't care. I really like Metagross as well. I used the shiny, event shiny, when I first played through Alpha Sapphire. So I have that gray bastard. Otherwise, I don't know if I've used the Metagross. Huh. But I just really like it. I think its design is really cool. Okay, the Regis. Okay. Oh, God. I don't know what to say about these. They're like all C tier. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the design. Like, Regirock might be borderline B tier as well as Registeel. But like the rest of these, I don't know. Latios and Latios, I prefer Latios. I think they're both A tier. I do prefer Latios because it's blue and just the design. I do like the happiness of Latios, though. So bubbly. Kyogre is my second favorite legendary. I don't think I can justify giving it an S tier, though. Screw it. We're going to give it S tier as well. It's like my second favorite legendary. Maybe. Yeah, we'll give it S tier just because. Groudon gets an A tier, even though he's probably my least favorite legendary of this gen. Rayquaza, I think I have to also give S tier. It's Rayquaza, man. I actually really like the design of this one as well. I didn't expect to put him in S tier. Alright, Jirachi, design alone, I'm going to give it like a high B. Not the biggest fan of it, but it gets like a high B tier. And then finally, we close it out with every form of Deoxys. Again, design-wise, I'm not the biggest fan. I like that it's an alien, but we're going to put them all in B tier. So the regular form, the attack form, the defense form, and the speed form, I believe is what they're called. But yes, that's all of them. Again, only one F. So we got Metapod, Dunsparce, Silcoon are the only F tier Pokemon so far. I think there's a little bit more D tier. A lot of B and C, a few A, and actually more S tier than I think Gen 2. But like I said in all the other videos, if you agree or disagree, leave it in the comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this stuff. It's actually really fun to talk about Pokemon and stuff with other people. So again, this is my ranking personally. Again, I didn't say it last video, but everything is in really no particular order in the in here themselves. They're kind of organized sometimes, a little bit, but overall, this is my ranking: S, A, B, C, D, F. We will be back with Generation 4 later, guys.